February 7th, 2009. The crowd was on the edge of their seats at the X Knights Freestyle Motocross competition in Costa Rica. The night buzzed with excitement as the world's top riders prepared to perform breathtaking stunts. Among them was Jeremy Lusk, a rider known for his fearless attitude and incredible skill. The stage was set, but there was a palpable tension in the air. The wind picked up, the ramps looked unforgiving, and every move had to be perfect. Jeremy was about to attempt a trick that could take his career to the next level, or change everything in an instant. What happened next would leave the crowd in stunned silence and send shockwaves through the world of freestyle motocross. A moment of triumph turned into a tragedy that no one could have foreseen. This is the story of Jeremy Lusk, his meteoric rise, the risk that changed everything, and the lasting impact of his legacy. Jeremy Lusk was born on November 26, 1984 in sunny San Diego, California. From the moment he could walk, it seemed like he was destined for a life on two wheels. At just 3 years old, Jeremy climbed onto his first dirt bike, and what started as a simple childhood pastime quickly became an obsession. His parents, who recognized his natural talent and passion, supported him every step of the way. As Jeremy grew older, his skills on the bike became undeniable. By his teenage years, he was already competing in local motocross events, wowing crowds with his daring tricks and fearless attitude. But Jeremy wasn't just a thrill seeker, he was a perfectionist. He spent countless hours practicing, pushing himself to master every jump, every flip, and every stunt. By the time he turned 19, Jeremy had turned his passion into a career, becoming a professional motocross rider. His rise in the sport was meteoric. In 2006, he joined Metal Militia, a team of freestyle motocross riders known for their rebellious image and jaw-dropping stunts. But Jeremy wasn't just another rider in the pack. His dedication and work ethic set him apart. While many freestyle motocross riders were known for their party-heavy lifestyles, Jeremy took a different approach. He trained rigorously, hitting the gym 3 to 4 times a week and maintaining a strict diet. He spent hours perfecting his tricks in foam pits, determined to push the boundaries of what was possible on a dirt bike. His hard work paid off. In 2008, Jeremy had a breakout year that cemented his place among the sport's elite. He won freestyle gold at the X Games, one of the most prestigious events in action sports, and took home a silver medal for best trick. During the competition, he became the first rider to successfully land a double grab heart attack backflip on dirt, a move so daring and complex that it left the crowd in awe. But Jeremy's success didn't stop there. He went on to win multiple medals at other major competitions, including the Moto X World Championships and the X Games Mexico. His incredible performances earned him the title of Freestyle Rider of the Year from Trans World Motocross magazine. By the end of 2008, Jeremy was at the top of his game. He was living his dream, inspiring a new generation of riders and pushing the limits of what was possible in freestyle motocross. But with great ambition comes great risk, and Jeremy knew that every time he climbed onto his bike, he was putting his life on the line. February 7th, 2009. The X Knights competition in Costa Rica was one of the most anticipated events of the year. Riders from around the world had gathered to compete for a $10,000 prize, showcasing their skills in front of a packed stadium. For Jeremy, it was another opportunity to prove why he was one of the best in the world. But as the day went on, Jeremy couldn't shake a feeling of unease. The weather conditions were less than ideal. The wind was swirling unpredictably, and the ramps didn't feel quite right. In the locker room, Jeremy confided in a fellow rider that something about the setup felt a little funny. Despite his concerns, Jeremy decided to push forward. After all, he'd faced challenges like this before. "It's just like anything else," he said. "It takes a couple of times to get it figured out." Jeremy's first few runs went smoothly, and the crowd roared as he performed his signature tricks with precision and style. But then came the moment that would change everything. Jeremy decided to attempt the heart attack backflip, a trick that had haunted him since his crash at the 2007 X Games semi-finals. The heart attack backflip was one of the most dangerous tricks in freestyle motocross. It involved launching off the ramp, flipping the bike mid-air, and extending the rider's legs underneath it before flipping back to land. Jeremy had performed this trick countless times before, but it was always a high-risk maneuver. As Jeremy soared through the air, the crowd held their breath. For a moment, it seemed like everything was going according to plan, but then something went wrong. Dangling underneath the bike, Jeremy struggled to regain control. He over-rotated and began falling, plummeting from 4 stories high. The crowd gasped as he slammed head first into the dirt, on the landing ramp's downslope. The impact was catastrophic. Jeremy's helmet split in two from the force of the crash, and he lay motionless on the ground as the crowd fell silent. Emergency responders rushed to Jeremy's side, working quickly to stabilize him. He was placed on a stretcher and transported to Calderon Hospital's intensive care unit, where doctors performed a critical 5-hour surgery to reduce brain swelling. Despite their best effort, the prognosis was grim. Jeremy had suffered severe brain damage and possibly a spinal cord injury. For 3 days, his family, friends, and fans around the world held their breath, hoping for a miracle. But on February 10th, 2009, at 11:03 p.m., Jeremy Lusk passed away at the age of 24. His death sent shockwaves through the freestyle motocross community, leaving fans and fellow riders devastated. While injuries were an accepted part of the sport, his passing was a stark reminder of the risks these athletes face every time they take to the air. Fellow riders paid tribute to Jeremy, remembering him not just as a phenomenal athlete, but as a friend, a mentor, and an inspiration. Kyle Loza, a fellow member of Metal Militia, reflected on the dangers of the sport, saying, "Our sport is the riskiest of all action sports, but we know exactly what we're doing. We train and ride every single day. We're not out of control. We're professional athletes that are really good at what we do." Others in the sport, however, questioned whether more could have been done to prevent the tragedy. Some riders complained that the ramps at the Costa Rica competition didn't provide enough lift to fully rotate their jumps. Others argued that the event should have been postponed due to the windy conditions. Unlike major events like the X Games, which adhere to strict safety standards, smaller competitions often lack the same level of oversight. Jeremy's death highlighted the need for greater precautions to protect riders from unnecessary risks. Despite the tragedy, Jeremy's legacy lives on. He was more than just a rider, he was a trailblazer who pushed the boundaries of what was possible in freestyle motocross. His breathtaking stunts, his work ethic, and his unwavering passion for the sport continue to inspire riders around the globe. Jeremy Lusk's life was a testament to the power of passion and determination. He lived fearlessly, loved deeply, and left an indelible mark on the world of freestyle motocross. As we remember Jeremy, we honor not just his incredible talent, but the man behind the helmet. A man who inspired a generation of riders to dream bigger, work harder, and never give up. Though his life was tragically cut short, Jeremy's legacy will live on in the hearts of those who knew him and the sport he loved so deeply.